don't give my personal opinions on this show. I give my legal analysis. My legal analysis is there are three separate questions. Number one, is this something the federal government can do as compared to the states? The states have police power. The federal government doesn't have police power. The federal government's powers have to derive from the text of the Constitution. That's question number one. Question number two, if the federal government can do it, can they mandate vaccinations? Can the government violate bodily integrity and require vaccinations? The third, and I think the dispositive question, is if the first two questions are answered yes, does the president have the power to do that as distinguished from Congress? And that's the one I think the courts will answer no. I think the courts will say the federal government does have the power because this is a national issue. It crosses state lines. It's not limited to states. It's contagious. That's number one. Number two, I think they will say that in the event the science supports it, there can be mandated vaccinations with exceptions. If you've had the COVID, if you have medical problems, if you have testing instead of the vaccination, all kind of exceptions. I think the courts will say it's proper if the legislature allows it after hearings. But the key question is, does the president have the authority alone by declaring an emergency to make law and to impose punishments? That's generally relegated to the legislature in our tripartite system of government. So I think the courts will focus on that last issue first and say that the president may not have the authority to do this without congressional authorization.
So the president doesn't have the right to mandate vaccines, but the legislature does. So what would the process have to be in order for this to hold up?
The usual process. Send it to the House of Representatives. If they pass it, send it to the Senate. Let the president sign it. Then it'll be challenged in court, but not on the issue of whether the president has the authority. The question will be, does the government have the authority to make you have a vaccination if there are appropriate exceptions for health problems, exceptions for people who previously had the illness and built up immunities, and other exceptions, perhaps religious exceptions. So I think the court won't reach that hard issue unless it first decides that the president, as distinguished from Congress, has the authority. And I predict that the courts will say, no, the president doesn't have that authority.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.